Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 9 of season 4 in the Achieve and Leave. We start the run-in basically in today's episode. We're past the January transfer window. It's knockout stages of the Champions League. We're through to the next round of the FA Cup as well, and also in today's episode, we will have the Carabao Cup final against Arsenal. So, big games today. First knockout round of the Champions League against Wolfsburg as well. The other played game will be Newcastle, as that's away from home. Swansea, Arsenal and Huddersfield are all home games. So, as such, I'm going to simulate those. I don't know, as the next round of the FA Cup's been drawn yet, actually. We somehow managed to turn it around against Liverpool yesterday. And indeed, the next round of the FA Cup hasn't been drawn yet. So perhaps the other played game in the episode might not be Newcastle. Considering our 20-point lead at the top of the Premier League, I'm going to put less emphasis on playing Premier League matches. There we go, tournament prize money. That should mean that the next round of the FA Cup has now been drawn and a match has been rescheduled. Who do we have in the next round of the FA Cup? Brentford. I could probably simulate that, but... and it's at home as well. I think I will. So we will still play Newcastle away. We'll sim the first 3, play Wolfsburg, play Newcastle, and then play the Carabao Cup final. I think that's probably the best way to go about things. Casemiro is suspended for this game because he managed to get himself sent off in the last Premier League game, which was very, very kind of him. But I would fully expect us to win the majority of games this month. We, of course, unfortunately, are no longer able to get the invincible record as we lost to Manchester City earlier on in the Premier League season. But the quadruple is still very much a possibility. Mbappe with a brace here at home against Swansea. And Mbappe with a hat-trick here at home against Swansea. Congratulations, Kylian. Take that match ball home. Do make sure you drop the video a like, by the way, if you enjoy the episode. And do subscribe to the channel too to ensure you don't miss out on any further content, whether that be this series or the career mode RTG, which is going on from strength to strength. In fact, the episode earlier on today was the January transfer window. So do make sure you check that video out if you missed it. We should be able to simulate this home game against Arsenal with the same starting 11. I'll be able to get a positive result, or at least a neutral result. We get a 1-0 lead from Milinkovic-Savic after 2 minutes. That's a good start. Thank you very much. Watford going 1-0 up against Leeds in the other Premier League game of the day. And Mbappe is clearly in a bit of goal-scoring form right now with his 4th in 2 games after half an hour. And as we push into the second half, no sign of an Arsenal comeback as of yet. In fact, we may even extend the lead, hopefully, perhaps. Not that we need to. Milinkovic-Savic with his 2nd. A brace for him after an Mbappe hat-trick the game before. Now, next up is that game against Brentford in the Cup, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get ourselves through this. I'm not too worried about simulating this one. It's Wolfsburg in the next game that we want to keep our eyes peeled for. This should be a pretty straightforward victory to send us through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Hopefully, probably with a penalty after 12 minutes. In fact, is this the quarterfinal? 3rd round, 4th round? No. The last one was this will be the 5th round, and then it's the quarterfinals, then the semis, then the final in the 8th match of a Premier League, of an FA Cup season cup run. Not that we will do 8 games, because of course we joined in the 3rd match, but Milinkovic-Savic on the score sheet again, as well as Pogba, and we have a 2-0 win against Brentford through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Now then, the first played game of the episode is going to be against Wolfsburg here in the Champions League. See what their starting lineup looks like, actually. We should still have plenty of people available and fully fit for this game, so we're not worrying too much about that right now. We'll quickly... hello. Thank you. Let's see what their starting lineup looks like. We can play in red. That's not a problem. Oh, not bad at all by the looks of things. Moreno and Simeone up top, both 84. Lo Celso at cam, who's 87. Sanson holding 85. Manolas, Caldara and Castiles as the midfield, as the defensive 3 through the middle. You guys have asked me to keep pressing the Y, or start to press the Y button to offer me suggested options for different positions, etc. So I am going to be doing that now. Just want to compare their stats actually. No, we'll leave Ita in there. Have we got any better options at centre mid? Gilavogi. No, we really don't have any better options at centre mid. Okay. Could Bracalo play at cam, actually? He can't, just a winger. Fair enough. Right, well, that's genuinely their best possible side then. And it's genuinely my best possible side as well. Let's go. Let's go apparently means drop the controller on the floor. Champions League, round of 16, leg 1. Rashford with a throw. That's a Paul Pogba. I see Milinkovic-Savic on the edge of the box. Lukaku play it in front of him. Oh, what a save by Casteels. That was very, very well saved. The ball's actually quite hard to spot here. We're playing with the Winter Champions League ball, but it's still quite difficult to pick out against the pitch. Pogba, finish! Wasn't Pogba, it's Mbappe. Manchester United 1, Wolfsburg 0 after 9 minutes. Mbappe at it again. He's in a great vein of goal-scoring form. Lo Celso. What's it to Sergio Oliveira. Moreno. Simeone. Nice ball over the top. Great ball over the top. Dumfries could hit this. If he'd have met that better or even squared it rather than going for the shot, they might have equalised there, Wolfsburg. It was poor from Rashford trying to head it back inside. There's just a little bit of a warning shot, a warning sign that Wolfsburg might be able to get themselves back in this if we don't stay switched on and concentrated at the back. Rashford is the obvious option here, and it's just evaded the defender's legs. Rashford, I'll pull this back, and Pogba makes it 2. That was a really nice counter-attack. I'm pleased with that. Man United 2, Wolfsburg 0. This should be, hopefully, oh, hello, pretty simple to get ourselves through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Nice ball over the top, looking for Itter. Carvajal in the way underneath it to ensure that they don't get the opportunity. Mbappe has space. Oh, but poor pass from Pogba. Nice idea, but poor execution. Just trying to thread the eye of the needle and unfortunately wasn't able to pull it off. It's an inside hit to Lo Celso, quickly to Sergio Oliveira, but Romagnoli's in the way. Best of balls out again. Sanson. Sergio Oliveira. Oh, Moreno's turned me well. And again, Moreno deflected off the lift. It's going to be a corner for Wolfsburg. They have had chances in this first half, Wolfsburg. Still going to have to be wary. And they might get a goal back in. They have done. Through Manolas from the corner. Wolfsburg back in it at 2-1 with 7 minutes to go until half-time. Lovely ball by Camacho out to Itter. Brings it down well. Cross can come in here and does so well. Oh, Rashford just gets something on it. Pogba's not going to be able to keep that in, so we'll save his stamina. Wolfsburg looking to get an equaliser before half-time. After the chaos that was the Liverpool game in the last episode, I'm not writing anything off here for Wolfsburg. Still absolutely shocked by the way I was able to turn that Liverpool game around, actually. I can't quite believe that I was actually able to do it. Oh, it's a lovely ball for Marcus Rashford. We might be able to get a third if I could just get the turn inside and then this shot is well blocked, and that'll be 2-1 at half-time. That's a good header by Casemiro. Sanson down there to Itter. Manolas, Sanson. Lovely ball out wide to Dumfries. It's done me there, and the ball in is good, but Romagnoli's in the way. Not able to get possession back though. Sergio Oliveira, Camacho. That's great football and a good block by Matthijs de Ligt. I'm still struggling to follow the ball about the pitch. Even though I've had like 5 or 6 minutes playtime to actually get used to it, I'm still struggling. Good ball in to Hare with a punch, and Rashford just gets there first. Simeone, the option was there to play the man down the right hand side. Gilavogi still coming central. Lo Celso gets away from me. Alexandro makes a very important interception. It's been a relatively quiet second half. A lot of possession play. A couple of chances created that haven't really led to anything, like a blocked shot that leads to a corner or a cross that gets cleared for a corner but nothing comes of it from both sides. So I'm not sure how much of this second half you'll have seen so far, but I am having to defend quite resolutely. That's a lovely ball and De Ligt just gets to it to head it away. That's the sort of thing that's been happening all throughout the half. Unfortunately for Joshua Gilavogi, he can't keep that in. Romagnoli with the throw. We'll try and get a third if we can before the end of the game. Of course, there is a second leg yet to play, but to get a third away goal and restore my 2-goal advantage on aggregate would be ideal. But I haven't been able to do it so far. Nice little bursting run there from Milinkovic-Savic. Got players around me. Here's Pogba in support. Not necessarily how I envisaged that going. Get that through there to Pogba again. Look for Lukaku. Under control. Teammates there. Savic! Ooh, keeper stood motionless, but the ball went wide. Lovely ball over the top. Moreno early into the middle, away by Romagnoli. Pressure still coming from Wolfsburg though, out wide here to Moreno again. Can't get to him. Ball in, De Ligt does well, does really well. Linkovic-Savic forward there to Lukaku. One final counter-attack maybe to get the third goal. Rashford played in, Dumfries with me, beats him, darts forward, in looking for Lukaku, but finds Milinkovic-Savic. Romelu! He struck that very well, but Castells holds on equally impressively. We might actually get... No, I've given the ball away. Get just one more chance is what I was hoping for. They might just get one more chance. Joao Moreno brings that down and turns into Sergio Oliveira. He needs to find a teammate with a cross. And he might well do that. Oh, Alexandro with a vitally important header. Oh, it might have been 3-1. It might have been 2-2. As it is, it's a 2-1 lead to take into the second leg against Wolfsburg. Oh, I was slightly nervy at the end there. Chelsea win by 2 goals away from... Or 2 goals to 1, sorry, away from home in Germany as well. Against Bayern Munich of all teams. We've Huddersfield next, which we shall simulate. Then it will be Newcastle and Arsenal. Still waiting for the next round of the FA Cup to be drawn. But that will be in due time. We are 23 points clear at the top of the table. Although we're still waiting for them to play their extra game there underneath us. We're not far away, actually, from winning the title here, to be completely honest. We'll simulate Huddersfield at home. See if we can get a win here. We'll be one step closer still to that potential Premier League title. We won it with Chelsea in Season 1. It would be our second Premier League title, our third league title, as of course we won La Liga with Atletico Madrid, and our 4th trophy. We won the Premier League only with Chelsea, La Liga only with Atleti. No, did we do the double at Atleti? Did we win the Copa del Rey as well? Can't remember actually. We won the Deutsche Pokal at Dortmund, of course. It's 2-0 win there over Manchester United. I can't remember. Did we win just the Liga Atleti? I'm sure we won the Copa del Rey as well. Might be mistaken. It's been a while, of course, since we were in that season. But we'll go into this next game against Newcastle away from home. And hopefully get ourselves another set of 3 points in the Premier League. Let's see. Again, just check their starting lineup. Have a look what we got. Yeah, we can play in. We can play in a home kit. That's fine. Munir and Mir. Who else have they got? Mothiba? Oh, I don't know that name. He's slightly better. Someone's at the door. Give me a second. Right, front door dealt with. Let's continue forward. Longstaff, to be fair, he's just as good as anyone else. So actually, no. Wait, I can throw you in there. He's growing quite well, actually. 80 rated at this stage of the career. To be fair, I think in the RTG he's actually like 86 rated or something similar. Fabian Schär can go in there. And Rodriguez and Dykes, I don't think there's anyone else that's going to be able to slot into those roles. So that's as strong as we could get here at Newcastle. Dubravka still in goal for them. I might put Kimpembe in for Romagnoli here. And Dallo in for Carvajal, see if we can get some extra growth out of him. And maybe we'll give Rodrigo a go up top as well, because I haven't tended to play with him too much. Right, let's see what we can do then away from home at St James's Park.
Shaky in recent games, and it's good to see that they've
Munir.
got 2 strikers.
Kimpembe trying to get it off him and does well. Mbappe forward looking for Rodrigo, holds the man off well. Run by Milinkovic-Savic, and Rodrigo just looking to use his pace. Was Pogba onside there? He was, it seems. Save for the keeper to Dubravka. That should have scored early on again there in this game. Certainly should have caused the keeper more problems than we did. To Mangala. Fabian Schär over the top looking for the runner. Dykes again. It's found well. Oh, good ball in too. Kimpembe away. Mothiba. Forward there to Mangala. He's got Dix down the line and finds him well. Cross could come in and does. De Ligt away. Rodrigo will get to that first. I need some support, please. Oh, that's a nice turn, actually. He's done really well there, Rodrigo. He's got Milinkovic-Savic on the outside of him. Pass was supposed to go. Never mind. That was supposed to go direct to Dallo as well. Pass is being slightly waylaid at the moment, but hopefully it won't cost us a chance on goal by the end of the move. Pogba with a good turn. I'll get this back to Rodrigo on his right foot. Shot blocked. Oh, Casemiro very nearly intercepted that. Matiba across to Puig. Oh, it's a nice ball through. Meunier will have pace. Kimpembe's no slouch though, and he'll get there first. Pogba across to Alexandro. Driving forward into Rodrigo. Pogba's making that run. We try and find now as a tall ask to try and get that through the gap there. Oh, that's good football though. Rodrigo, 1-0. On his right foot, his weaker side, but finishes it very, very nicely indeed. Good power, good placement. Not really been at the races in this one, but we are able to get ourselves the lead still. It's a sign of a good team when you're not playing well and you can still win games. Hopefully, that should now set us up for victory. Not the best of free kicks from Cher. And we'll knock that down with Jesse Lingard to Rodrigo, and Jesse will keep his run going. Maybe off the bench to get us a second goal. No, not to be. Unfortunately for Jesse, but we are going to get the victory. There's only seconds remaining and the referee does us a favour and blows the final whistle. The closest Premier League game that we've had for a very long time, other than the Manchester City defeat, of course, although to be fair, that wasn't really that close. Able to get the victory though, so pleased with that. Spurs beat Arsenal away from home in the North London derby. That might put Arsenal's backs up really and make them want to perform even more in the Carabao Cup final, which is bad news for me. But now the next round of the FA Cup appears to have been drawn, and we have Southampton in the quarterfinals. That should be hopefully pretty straightforward in the next episode, but for now let's go and end with the Carabao Cup final against Arsenal. This is going to be one hell of a game, I think. Arsenal drawn in the away dressing room, so they'll have to play in their away kit. Let's see. Anyone else we can put up top ahead of player? Yes, Aubameyang. Chervi for Martial. Moses can come out for, to be fair, I could put Chervi there, but we'll go Reece Nelson. Kenny Tet. Husai. Mavropanos. Kenny Tet can play centre back apparently, can he? Didn't know that. How tall is he? 5'11". He's going to be better, so might as well. Maitland-Niles at left back. Anyone better than that? No. Torreira could go into the midfield, though. Certainly. We'll play Ozil. Yeah, we'll play Ozil. Other than that, that side looks like it's pretty strong. Xavi's on the bench. Can you play it on the right-hand side? He apparently can't. 5-star skills as well. Didn't know that. Xavi looks like a great player. Certainly physically. Renzi could maybe put him on the bench. Had a Santiago Arias. Xhaka, throw him on the bench ahead of Ospina. Right then, that's the Arsenal starting lineup. Really strong in the forward positions, but not so strong in defence. We'll wait and see if that's their Achilles heel in this game. To Wembley Stadium we go. Ball by Maitland-Niles to Aubameyang. Fast enough to get to it, obviously. Oh, Tahira only just got to that, and if Martial had brought it down quicker, might have had a chance with the keeper out of position. As it happens, we've won the ball back again and might catch them on the counter. I'll use Milinkovic-Savic first, then go to Mbappe. Beautiful pass into his path. We'll just stand the ball up, and Lukaku's there. Oh, wow! What a strike from Lukaku! I didn't think I put that much power on it, but he was just aggressive in the way that he approached the ball there. He was taking out all of his frustrations from the previous, maybe frustration for not being selected against Newcastle, frustration for not being too good against Wolfsburg. He made sure that that went in, holding off the defender and smacking that home. Oh, 1-0. Torreira. Ball over the top to Husai. Brings it down well. Crosses well. Finds Aubameyang. Sets up a teammate. If Aubameyang shoots there, then surely he tucks that home. That's classic Arsenal overplaying and costing them the opportunity of getting a goal. Ozil takes the corner short. Reece Nelson will try and take it past Pogba, which he does well. Tucks that back to Martial, who shoots and draws the save out of De Gea. That's what you should be doing, Arsenal. Martial using his former United experience and actually pulling the trigger rather than being born and bred with the Arsenal mentality. Torreira fires that forward there to Mesut Ozil. Out wide there to Anthony Martial. Nice tackle by Dani Carvajal though. We've worked that, nearly worked that away well. Into Martial again. I wonder if he scores, if he'll celebrate. I imagine he will. But we'll wait and see. Oh, well, I'd like it if he didn't score at all, to be fair. Lovely ball by Lukaku, and he will have the pace to get to that kill in Mbappe. The only thing is, I've got nobody up with me because no one else is fast enough to keep up with me. Oh, half an hour played. It's still 1-0 Man United in the Carabao Cup final. Lukaku, Pogba, Lukaku, Savage. It's not the best of passes, to be fair, but we've gotten a bit lucky. Reece Nelson. Ball there to Aubameyang. To Reece Nelson. Always got to be wary of the pace with Nelson and Aubameyang. Over the top looking for Huso, but it's poor. On quickly with Casemiro. Look for Lukaku. This is a good move. Counter-attack is on. Torreira trying his hardest, but unfortunately not really strong enough to hold off Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Not many people are, in fairness. Lovely touch by Rashford. Looking for Pogba. Question of offside. Nothing given yet. Pogba smashes it home. It's 2. Borderline, that offside decision. Very, very close indeed, I think. Unless there was someone nearer to me, nearer to the camera, that played him on, I think that was the closest offside decision I've seen for a very long time. Just play it forward. And I'm just seeing if there's anyone. Contact is made there. Yeah, I was concentrating on the guy there that's with me, and you can see quite clearly the two players nearer the camera are certainly playing him onside. 2-0 up at half-time. Superb. Short there to Torreira, out to Martial. There's a half-time whistle. They've been decent going forward, Arsenal, but weak at the back. And that, as we mentioned at the beginning of the game, was where we thought they might struggle. Only one shot on target, apparently, from me. But, of course, the first one came off the underside of the bar, I guess, didn't it? 2-0 up at half-time. Arsenal, though, have created just as many chances as me. So do that again in the second half. There's no reason why they can't get themselves back in it. I am going to have to be wary as ever. The way that Liverpool game got turned around in the FA Cup is going to ruin my confidence towards the end of any game now, I think, for the time being. I just don't feel comfortable with any lead, regardless of the fact that we're playing very well in this one. Torreira. Oh, I think it was intended for Martial. Anthony thought it was, at least. Sideways there and look for him. Oh, Maitland-Niles tried his best to cut that out but couldn't. And Mbappe might find a teammate here. Lukaku's pulled off the bat. Lukaku. Oh no! Socrates with the diving interception. Lukaku was just about to turn that home. Casemiro's done really well to win that. Pogba will find Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Oh, and Kenny steps in now to deny Romelu Lukaku. We still that's poor. Let me change player to Mbappe, for crying out loud. Player changing in this game is so broken. Rashford gets it under control and then loses possession. Oh, it could have been 3-0 on a couple of occasions, but through great defensive play and poor game mechanics, unfortunately, it's not. Oh, really? You can't be making mistakes like that. Mbappe will pull this back. Looking for a teammate. Oh, mixture of Rashford and the defender. Get to it. Lingard will just chest that down there to Pogba. Try and get this back to Jesse Lingard if we can. It's Casemiro that's there. Mbappe with a spin. Mbappe trying to hold on. Does so well. Casemiro should maybe have laid that to Pogba before shooting. Win that header, please, Casemiro. Lingard to... Oh, it was meant for Pogba. Rashford. Not what I intended to do, but a decent move nonetheless. And Mbappe trying to find the header, but can't. Lingard it drops to. Casemiro, a bit more space this time. Still a block. Wins the header well. Rashford. Oh, I shouldn't have done that either. Well, Arsenal are going to lose the game, but not by 3 goals, as I thought they might do there, as they gifted me possession, but by 2-0. Victory in the Carabao Cup. The first time we've won that trophy in this save. Our second trophy in England. I'm casting my mind back now. I'm pretty sure we only won La Liga in Spain with Atletico Madrid. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure we only won La Liga. So it's Premier League, La Liga, Deutsche Pokal, Carabao Cup, with 3 more trophies yet to potentially be won this season here at Manchester United. As we end the episode then with 11 games to go in the Premier League, we are 24 points clear at the top of the table with 24 wins in 27 games. We've won all but 3 so far this season, and by the end of the next month we might have sealed the Premier League title. Not sure mathematically. There's only 3 games, so we could... Oh, it might be very, very close. Be very, very close indeed. But hopefully if we win all 3 and other teams drop points, we might confirm the Premier League title by the end of the next episode. Burnley away, Everton at home and West Ham away. And then, of course, Wolfsburg in the round of 16 and Southampton in the quarter-final. That, though, will be all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And I'll see you next time.